Hello there, my name is Henry, one of the 2 members of this channel, and yes, I am a child. For a month or so, I have been watching a small group of animes that I really like over and over again. The most recognizable of which being KONOSUBA, a popular isekai and comedy anime, focusing on making fun of tropes and having amazing characters loved by the community. But you already know that, don't you, idiot? Why else would you click on this video? Unless you don't, and you're just figuring out about this. If so, please don't leave. I didn't mean it. Sad. After watching it a few times, I've really come to appreciate it, even if, when going into it at first, I was just looking for memes. From my few History Fair documentaries, they were all prize winners, I'm very bad at introductions. But here's the video. Go. Hey, hold on before the video begins. I have something to tell you. You should subscribe. Like, the rest of this video, it's all a script that I wrote down before the video. This thing, it's all me just talking. But you should subscribe, please. I'm lonely and sad. But also, like, if you turn on notifications, that's like you saying, oh, I want to see all these videos. If you're just subscribing, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna change anything. You just subscribe and help someone out. There's no reason for you to not subscribe. I'm just saying. Also, yeah, it's free. I don't know why you wouldn't do it, man. Konosuba is one of many, and I mean many, like holy shit, animes to use the popular trope isekai or other world in English. Wow, you're creative on that one, Japan. These stories involve the main character being moved through death, summoning, or any other weird ways, most of which involve a truck for some reason, to another world or dimension, usually one filled with fantasy elements. In particular for Konosuba, our king of gender equality, Kazuma, after a very unfortunate series of events, dies and is transported somewhere even more unfortunate, in front of the chair, where he meets the goddess of being useless, Aqua, who offers him reincarnation to a fantasy world of unimaginable fun and entertainment. After a bit of trash talking, Kazuma gets angry with Aqua, and when asked what he wants to take with him to this wonderful world, he replies that he wants to take her, cursing both him and her to a life of poverty in a strangely accurate to real-life fantasy realm. I wouldn't know, though. I'm a tax evader. Right before Aqua leaves, a goddess tells her that to come back, she needs to defeat the Devil King, an insanely powerful being who is trying to take over this fantasy world. After hearing this, they are teleported to the world, where they immediately start working minimum wage at McDonald's. But soon enough, Kazuma gets bored and insists they start questing. After a bit of questing together, they meet Demolition Man from TF2, an arch-wizard who wields the power of Together, they fight Kermit before Megumin essentially blackmails Kazuma into letting her join their party. Once they get back, they meet a crusader. No, not that. Yeah, that one. Darkness is a clumsy knight who can't hit any of her attacks but has insanely high defense because, well, it's an anime, we both know why. Afterwards, the show is them going on lots of silly adventures, fighting foes, making friends, and being very, very funny. I won't spoil much more, just in case you didn't hear the last time I mentioned that you're weird if you're watching this without watching Konosuba. Just kidding, please stay here. I'm lonely and sad. As an anime, fan service is always going to be around, especially with a protagonist like Kazuma. Konosuba has its fair amount of plot, but just enough that innocent people can still enjoy it. This part of the show is legitimately very impressive to me, just because I've never seen an anime handle fan service this well. Most of it will either have not any, so all those weebs will be like, oh no, I don't like that. Or too much, so the wholesome weebs will be utterly terrified of what hellfire has been brought upon them. But Konosuba is different. Many of my more wholesome and innocent friends watch it and aren't scared away, and lots of my less innocent friends are still sticking around for, you know, that. Apart from Kazuma, I'd say a large portion of the fanbase would say that the most important character is Aqua. She was the first of all the girls Kazuma met, though with that logic, the girl he tried to save from the tractor is the main character. Aside from being the first of the three, and being very close to Kazuma after staying with him in a stable for half the show, Aqua is also a very likable character. Even though she's a useless idiot, she's still very funny when on screen, and she has a lot of great moments, especially when playing rock, paper, scissors with Kazuma. Aqua may be useless, but she's also a very large contender for the ultimate status of Konosuba Best Girl. While Aqua has a lot of charm, nothing compares to the greatest mage of the Crimson Demon Clan, Megumin. Really, I don't have an opinion, I just wanted to say that. Megumin is a mage of the Crimson Demons who has a surprisingly hard-hitting backstory. She was raised very poor and had to work tons of jobs and steal food just to provide for her little sister. Ignoring her backstory, Megumin is a hilarious character with lots of amazing lines that highlight how strange and funny she is. Also, she's a cute character, and I think that after seeing her hat, I've never wanted any cosplay prop more. And none of you Konosuba fans can say you didn't chuckle a bit at the first time you saw her stroking her maid's staff in pleasure while thinking about explosions. In contrast to the more traditional tsunderes of the group, wait, is it a tsundere if Aqua actually hates Kazuma? Anyway, in contrast to the more traditional tsunderes of the group, Darkness is fairly upfront about her feelings. As a crusader, she likes tanking damage, and it's exactly for the reason you think. This can be a strange character quirk sometimes, but they talk about it and how odd it is so much that it's honestly hilarious, and it makes Darkness an even better character than she already is. I've always liked Darkness as a character. She's funny, has awesome moments, and after the end of Season 1, you realize that even if she's a lustful crusader looking to tank damage for her pleasure, she's also a very honorable knight who will never retreat from danger. Only for a minute, though. Darkness may be creepy to some, but I think she's just as good of a character as Megumin and Aqua. While our main cast of females is out there being creepy and useless, one man is out working to defeat the Devil King. That being our main character, Kazuma Sato. Surprisingly, Kazuma is a fairly normal person. He may be a bit perverted, but he's your average asshole. I think that contrast is what makes his dynamic so hilarious. Like Aqua is stupid and useless, Megumin is obsessed with blowing things up, and Darkness is a total masochist, but Kazuma's just a dude. The man just vibin'. As for side characters, the main ones people think about are Wiz and Union. Wiz is a kind, undead shopkeeper who really should have been included in the plot section. I think her main appeal is that she's much kinder than the past 4 characters, though even after that, everyone still likes the main cast much more. Union, on the other hand, is Megumin's best friend and rival. I know I said I didn't have an opinion, but honestly, I served the Soviet Union. She's a great character, and is overall the most relatable one due to her lack of friends. As Konosuba does, let's end this documentary of sorts with the best part of the show, the music. Both of the opening songs are amazing, and they don't even compare to the calming sounds of the ending songs. After a long 18 hours straight of watching Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, that's not an exaggeration. I open up YouTube Music, no, this video isn't sponsored, and listen to the Konosuba endings on loop. And that doesn't even mention the subtlety of the character themes. I barely even realized the relation of characters to music that happens whenever one of the 3 main girls do something stupid, though that's likely because of my lack of brain cells. Somehow, in some way, Konosuba managed to make an amazing show, and still, like many anime, have the songs be the best part. As I close this video off, I'll once again remind you to subscribe if you haven't already from this amazing show of scripting. I don't care about liking the video, but I'd appreciate it, and yeah. Bye.